The demonstration of grace to the guilty. This is how it works out. When I'm able by faith to see God's plan in my location, my attitude will be right. When I'm interested and I understand the eternal aspect of life, I'm going to understand that I'm going to be okay. It's fine. Even in the most difficult times, God's working it for my good. And I can trust Him. When I understand that, the stress comes off, doesn't it? All of a sudden the anxiety is relieved. I can have concern about situations, but I don't have to freak out anymore. I don't have to. God said He's handling it. Okay, handle it, God. Show me how. There were situations in my past, my wife and I used to fight like cats and dogs. Can you believe it? With the joy we have now. We used to fight like cats and dogs. And the very last time we split up for about 5 days, and I just sat there, and God, I don't know what you're doing. Which this wasn't me. My life was always freaked out when a loved one would leave. Oh my gosh, how am I going to live without this other mate in my life? How is that ever going to be possible? And for the first time, God gave me rest. And I kept praying and saying, God, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're fixing me. I don't know if you're fixing her. I don't know if you're taking her out of my life or bringing her into my life. I don't know. But God, whatever you do, do it. I'm trusting you. And I sat there with peace in the middle of one of the most difficult times emotionally in my life. But yet God just said, He gave me the peace beyond understanding. You ever hear that phrase? God gives you peace beyond understanding. It's not other people's understanding. It's your own understanding. I had no idea why I had peace in this situation, but I did. And I just waited. And those who wait on the Lord will what? Mount up on wings like eagles? Run and not grow weary? Walk and not falter? Teach us to wait on the Lord? It's in the book of Isaiah. It's a great verse. Those who wait upon the Lord will mount up on wings like eagles. And they're not going to do it on their own strength. God will lift them up. So then, it was not you who sent me here, but God. He made me father to Pharaoh, lord of his entire household, and ruler of all Egypt. He was telling his brothers, see, you thought you were selling me into slavery. But it wasn't you who did that. God brought me here. God had a purpose for all of it. He used you to get me here so this right here could happen. And He's telling his brothers this. Basically what He's saying is, I don't blame you. I thank God. I thank God for you. And the brothers were going, oh man, boy, did that relieve guilt. You mean God, we're great. We're feeling good now. God used me. Good. When I'm able by faith to sense God's hand in my situation, my attitude will get right. When I'm able to understand that God's working something, it'll adjust my attitude. I don't have to stick in the poor pitiful me syndrome anymore. Right? I don't have to freak out. I don't have to panic because God's working it. Here's how I went on next. Now hurry back to my father and say to him, this is what your son Joseph says. God has made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down to me and don't delay. Forgiveness, handed out, grace, passed along. Come on. Have Dad come on. Let him know I'm alive. Let him know everything's good. When I'm able by faith to accept both location and situation as good, even when there's been evil in the process, my attitude will be right. How many of us are vengeful? Besides me? Come on, Candy. Kenny and I had a discussion this morning. I love you. I had to do it. See if you were paying attention. You with us, girl? I can be one of the most vengeful people. People cut me off in traffic and I just want to run right up on their bumper, you know. Yeah. I get mad. But not anymore. It's not so much anymore, but it used to be horrible. I'd chase somebody all the way to Stewart down US 1 just so I could get even. I would. That was the way. But God fixed that, you know. He brought this peace on me. A friend of mine saw me on Virginia Avenue, and I'm just sitting there driving along, and this car come over from 3 lanes over and shot right in front of me, missed my front bumper by about 1/4 of an inch, scared me to death, and I just kind of like, whoa. That was close. Big smile on my face. And I didn't even know I was doing it, but my friend Jeff pulls up next to me and beeps at the light. He says, that was cool. I said, what was cool? He says, that lady almost killed you, and you're just smiling and shaking your head like, boy, she's funny. I'm still here. It's okay, I'm alive. When you realize God's got a hold of you, you're going to be okay. You don't have to get even. You don't have to take vengeance. Vengeance is His. Oh, and don't tack on that, yeah, and I can't wait till He gets it either. That's not the right attitude. I've heard that. Vengeance is God's. Yeah, well, I can't wait. Get even. Here's how it goes on. His brothers then came and threw themselves down before him. We are your slaves, they said. But Joseph said this to them, don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what's now being done, the saving of many lives. All the stuff I've been involved in my life, that I'm the first one to admit, I've caused a lot of emotional heartache for children, being involved with women and children and just hanging out for the wrong reasons and leaving after a few months or years, leaving them wondering how come another man has left my mom. All the drugs that I've been involved in, and the alcohol and the sexual pleasures and all those things. When I got saved, I said, God, why? Why did I have to wait till 34 years old to see any of this? Why couldn't I get this peace and this joy when I was 15 or 16? And He showed me a movie of my life, and He said, you see all the stuff you were involved in? I said, yeah. Do you remember how you thought you were in control? Yeah. I was there the whole time. He assured me He was there the whole time. And I said, but why? Why did I have to go through all that? He said, look what you learned. And now use it for me. That was quite humbling. You mean you were there in the middle of that? Oh yeah, I knew what was going on, and I got you to it, and I got you through it. And you learned a lot, didn't you? Yes, I did. Okay? Now use it. Now use it for something good. You intended it for bad. The world intended it for bad. I'm intending it for good. You use that for whatever you can. And that's how God set me free. Today, this morning, if you haven't trusted the God that I trust, if you haven't started to believe that God is the all-powerful, that He is in control, and you're not, by the way, there's a real simple verse in the Bible that says this, be still and know that I am God. It doesn't just mean stop moving. Sometimes being still is with the lips. Sometimes being still is with the mind. Get in a still, quiet place and realize God's God. If you haven't ever realized that, it might be a good day. It might be a good day for you. Maybe it's a day for you to say, you know what? I'm tired of playing this game of life. I'm tired of trying to fix things on my own. I'm tired of trying to, heck, I can't even fix me, and I'm trying to fix everybody else. Maybe it's that. I'm tired of this. Another little quote from the Bible for you. For all you who are weary and heavy laden, come to me, and I'll give you rest. If you're tired, it's a good day to rest. It's a good day to start resting and find peace in God.